Good morning, I'm Reverend Roy Atwood. Thank you so much for joining us for worship today. We're getting closer and closer to Easter. Believe it or not, this is the last Sunday before Palm Sunday. So here are the announcements we've got coming up. Palm Sunday next week, the kids and their families are going to gather in the narthex at 10:50 to be part of the Palm Processional before the service starts. Then we have the Easter egg hunt after the service in Shivers Park. Lunches will be provided, so go and make sure you register on the website to get your lunch order, and that way we know how many eggs to have. Then the Holy Week schedule, we've got a Maundy Thursday service in the upper room at 6:30, and Dr. Lucretia Faison will be preaching at that service from St. Paul UMC. She's amazing, so you'll definitely want to be there for that. Good Friday service, our traditional Tenebrae service in the sanctuary at 7:30. And then our Sunday services, the youth are doing the 8 a.m. service in the parking lot. It's not a sunrise service anymore because that's too early in the morning, but we're doing 8 a.m. in the parking lot. And then modern will be special at 9:30 on Easter Sunday so that there's enough time between the two services. And then the traditional service will be at 11 o'clock. And we're having a pared down Sunday school schedule that day, so be sure to check with your class leader on what the plans are for your Sunday school for Easter Sunday, because we want to make sure that we can get in and out and everyone can get to brunch on time wherever they're going on Easter Sunday. Now, last week, the service was about missing out and a fear of missing out. I hope you saw that service. If not, go back and watch it online. What you don't want to miss out on is the upcoming ForeRise golf tournament, and that's who my guests are today. Keith and Christina are talking about ForeRise golf tournament. Keith, what is the ForeRise golf tournament?
So the ForeRise golf tournament is FirstChurch's attempt to raise money, as we have in the past, for the Rise Fund. Mm-hmm. So the two are very connected.
Yes.
The ForeRise golf tournament is an annual outing of golfers and supporters. This year's tournament will be held on April 28th. That's a Monday, beginning at about 11 o'clock. You can check in. All golfers can check in.
Where are we checking in?
So we're checking in at the Golf Club of Dallas, formerly the Oak Cliff Country Club. So it's a beautiful setting, a very mature course. We're praying for good weather.
Yeah.
But the 28th, we'll check in. There'll be a box lunch available for everybody. That is part of the registration fee. We're then going to have a gathering. This is new. It's added. We're going to gather at 12:45 around the putting green and have a putt-a-palooza. So for
what is the putt-a-palooza?
Putt-a-palooza is for $10. Okay. You get a ball with a number on it. And at the siren or the foghorn or whatever will go off, everybody putts at the same time, hoping that their ball is the one that goes in. And there will be a big prize for a hole-in-one. Or closest to the hole.
Can you reveal what the prize is, or is it a surprise?
Well, we're working on that right now.
Okay, we don't know what it
but
is.
since we've not held this before, then at 1 o'clock we have a shotgun start.
Wait, hold on. So the putt-a-palooza, anybody can participate in that.
Anybody.
You don't even have to be.
No, just you need to bring a. You'll need to bring a putter.
You need to bring a putter.
You need to bring
a
putter.
Find a putter.
Yes.
Go to your favorite putt-putt course and steal a putter.
We're not so sure about
saying that you should do that. That's an option.
That's an option if you don't have one.
Right.
So, yeah, I wouldn't go out and buy one on Amazon or anything like that. But, you never know when somebody's going to pick up the game. So
exactly.
So we'll do that. Then we'll move to our carts. And foursomes will then get instructions. And a regular shotgun start. So everybody starts playing. You don't have to wait on anybody. And have a
have a shotgun start. So different people are starting at different holes.
Exactly.
Oh, context clues. Look at that.
Exactly. So it's better. It's more efficient with our time.
So everybody's not starting at 1, and you're like, okay,
right? No, that would.
So you have somebody start at 1.
Somebody starts at
2, somebody start at 3.
Exactly.
The joyful chaos will be.
And you maybe sometimes, because there might be a 4A and 4B.
So you might have two foursomes.
So
on the hole, but you won't have to wait that long.
It goes quickly.
Hold on. If do you have to register like with a foursome, or can you just register on your own?
So individuals can and will pair you with another group, but a lot of people register as a foursome. Mm-hmm. So that's the best way to go. Okay. We've kept the prices the same as we have in previous years.
Wow, no inflation.
The golf club went up a little bit on us, but we decided not to pass that cost along.
Oh my gosh!
But there are all ways to participate. So we play around, then you turn in your scorecards, and then it's followed by an awards banquet where we have a meal that's also provided in the registration. We have awards, prizes, and then we have a drawing for the various silent auction items. We have 15 silent auction items. We actually pull out several of those, and they go to a live auction that night. So that's a lot of fun.
This is getting serious.
It gets very serious.
Who is the auctioneer?
Roy Atwood.
You can't just obligate me into this.
This is a great
I voluntold you.
Oh my God. So let me see what I'm doing on Monday, April 28th.
April 28th. So, we hope to have great weather, a great turnout, and of course, all this benefits the Rise Fund.
What are some of the silent auction items?
Oh my gosh. Some new ones this year. We have tickets for an SMU football game versus Baylor Bears.
And SMU's good now.
SMU's awesome.
So awesome. The value of that is way higher than it was in previous years when I was a student at SMU.
Well, I was there in the Pony Express days, so I can remember when we were high on the hog. We also have Joe Bass, who is an excellent furniture maker.
Yes.
And he has donated a day in his wood shop to let you design and build a stool that you can take home. We have great restaurants and restaurateurs who've offered things. One of the hot selling items is dinner with Mitchell at his home.
Dinner with
Ian
Mitchell
Eli,
at his home? Wow.
I think have 8 or 10 maybe that they fat and feast. So an evening of dinner
they
at
have
Mitchell and Eli's home.
They have a very nice decorated home. I was there recently.
I just off the top of my head, I just don't have all of them. But there are massages. There's there are all kinds of things. So again, you needn't play golf to participate in this fun. So say, if I come to you and say, register and play in golf, you say, well, I don't play golf. That shouldn't matter anyway. You should give it a go.
Right.
But you can buy silent auction tickets. You could be a platinum, gold, silver, or bronze sponsor.
Ooh,
and
so you can
those
just say, like, take my money. I won't even be there.
I want to support this.
Exactly.
At $5,000 is the platinum. $2,500 is gold. $1,000 is silver, and I think $500 is the bronze.
So if we have any like small business owners, that's a great way to do it.
Absolutely. We also have whole sponsors for $250. Your name or the name of your company or the name of your grandkids could be at a hole. This hole sponsored by, boom, we put up a sign. So here, the bottom line is the ForeRise Golf Tournament is the largest gift or giver to the Rise Fund. We help underwrite about a third of the Rise Fund. Traditionally and historically, we've averaged right at about $50,000 in this golf tournament that we raise, and all proceeds benefit the Rise Fund.
Okay, perfect segue. What is the Rise Fund?
So the Rise Fund is kind of the way that we put kind of our money where our mouth and hands are as a church. So we distribute about $150,000 in past years. We're really pushing a goal closer to $180,000 this year, so we can kind of amplify the good that we do in the community. We have agencies that apply, and kind of the role of the Rise Fund Committee is to research and visit and vet those agencies and their applications to kind of make sure that the money the church entrusts us with is doing the most good. And it's exciting because we kind of try to make sure that all of these agencies that we're funding, we get to see the work they're actually doing with our money, and we try to make sure there's some sort of connection to the church, that it's an issue or an agency that we know that the church is passionate about. So we're excited this year to try and kind of open up those communication channels with the whole congregation to kind of make sure that we kind of have our fingers on the pulse of what's important to everybody. And obviously we're super excited and supportive of the ForeRise golf tournament because of how much funding it gives us to then, like I said, get to go out into our community and do good.
So what are some of the organizations that we support with the Rise Fund?
So we have big organizations like Crossroads, right, which is a huge distributor of food and need.
Food Pantry.
Food Pantry. And then we have smaller organizations like The Well, which is a really special group operating out of a church in South Dallas, and their mission is to provide a place for worship and fellowship for people with psychological disorders, and most of them are unhoused. And so their kind of mission is to make sure that there's a place for gathering and God and fellowship for people, regardless of their housing status or their mental health issues. So that's one that we visited before and is really special. And then we've got some that have people that are really involved from our church in terms of volunteers are running it, like Project Transformation and 1+1 Dallas, and the Dallas Bethlehem Center, I know, is a place that's in the hearts of a lot of
was started by, or helped start by this congregation. And then is To Be Like Me also one of the...
Yes, To Be Like Me is also one of our agencies.
So we went to Be Like Me as a staff.
Oh, cool.
And did a little training, and they do trainings for people on how to best interact with people with special needs, either physical or intellectual special needs. And my brother has Down syndrome, so that one was really cool.
Oh, I bet that was special for you.
Yeah, it was really cool to participate in.
It's definitely one of those agencies that that fosters a sense of belonging, which I know is part of our church mission, and that's something that we always want to kind of emphasize in terms of our giving and our work as the Rise Fund.
So we vet all the organizations that apply, and then once they get the gold star, we give out a certain amount of money to them. We disperse everything that we've raised through the Rise Fund.
So traditionally we have dispersed and kind of zero out at the end of every year. We've kind of been talking about, opening our hearts and minds to maybe reserving a little back in case there are kind of emergency type needs during the year. So that's something we're actually talking about right now. And especially if we can meet that $180,000 goal this year, as a Rise Fund, we may have a little bit more to kind of put into kind of emergency funds or like an incubation fund for baby nonprofits and agencies that may need a little support.
Now, if you are a congregant and you're like, I am really active in this organization, or I run this organization, and you want to apply to get Rise Fund funding, how do you do that?
So I guess our best point of contact is probably Angie Connolly. She's kind of our ambassador and hand holder as the Rise Fund Committee. And
who's sitting over here on the side, making sure that we're saying all the correct things.
So I feel like she's probably our best contact.
Yeah, so contact Angie.
We don't have our own social media
That's
or email
fine.
at this point. But
you can get her email on the website.
But we would absolutely love to hear from members of the congregation about issues they're inspired by and agencies that they think are wonderful or important, and especially if there's a specific need. Because part of the application process is we ask these agencies year after year, what would you like to use the money for? And if you've gotten money from us before, what did you do with it? And that's kind of a way to build trust and also accountability for us to kind of be able to see what they're doing out there and how we're able to help them.
Because we want the Rise Fund to match the passion of the congregation. That's the whole point. It's basically an arm of the congregation. Is what can we support in the community?
Exactly. And that's kind of, like I said, one of our goals for this year is to make sure that we're kind of opening up those communication channels as wide as we can.
Thank you so much. So we want everyone to register for the ForeRise Golf Tournament. If you're a golfer, all the golfers in your life, make sure that they know. If you're not a golfer, you can do the putt-a-palooza. You can do the silent auction. You can just come for the dinner and do the auction portion. So make sure you go to our events page on our website, get all the information about ForeRise there. We are so excited to join you in worship today.